Hi everyone, it's Peggy Merwin with Stamp with Peggy. Today is Monday, May 19th. Happy Monday. Hopefully you missed me last Monday. I had to cancel as we were on our way to the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip to Disney World. So we got to spend, 4.5 days, 5 days in Disney. So it was fabulous. It was hot, but it was also hot here right after we left, and now it's freezing cold here right now. Hi, Parson. Thank you for joining. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful week and a beautiful weekend. The weather cooled down over the weekend. We had it at Disney. It was running about 95 to 97 degrees with humidity, or with feels like 101 or 103. So it was warm, but it really wasn't as warm or as humid as I was expecting. You were sweating, but it wasn't horrible. I kind of had some big frizzy hair a little bit, but it was all good. Tammy Korzik, if you're watching or when you're watching, I don't know how you do it every day because this isn't even hot weather yet. It's like, oh my goodness. We stayed at the Grand Floridian, which was wonderful. We had a balcony off from our room that we could stand out there in the evening. If you followed it all, I did do a little bit of posting on Facebook, but we could watch the fireworks every night right from our balcony. I didn't have to go be around other people, wall-to-wall people. I'm sure I missed a little bit in not being there in person watching the fireworks, but I got to see beautiful fireworks every night right from my balcony. So it was fabulous. Got to just sit there with a Diet Coke, and it was great. Let's see. We arrived Tuesday, and we were welcomed by Stampin' Up! And they had all kinds of snacks and treats. They had cold beverages there, some lemonades and teas and like that. And then there was a whole rack with chips and cookies and Mickey Mouse crispy treats, chocolate covered. They were fabulous. And then you got to go in and kind of a little bit of sneak peek as we went into the hospitality room, which was open every day. Oh, before we did that, we went in and we got a t-shirt, and I didn't think to go grab my t-shirt. But it's a very pretty kind of a combination, maybe a lighter shade of Summer Splash with a little bit of Lost Lagoon, kind of an in-between color. So it was very pretty, and it had Orlando on the front of it. You could have things put onto the back of it, but I prefer not to. So yeah, just a very, very pretty t-shirt. And I'm sure if you're following others online, you got to see their t-shirts. And then we got all the other snacks and things, and then went to our room and got all settled in. Later that evening, we came back to our room, or I guess they knocked on the door. It was about 10:30 that they knocked on our door, and a gentleman handed me this ginormous tote that was filled with Diet Coke, Dr. Pepper for Tony, bags of Doritos and popcorn and Skittles and peanuts and almonds and cashews, just all kinds of treats to last us through the week. So that was wonderful. We had a little cooler fridge. It wasn't a refrigerator, but it could keep things, beverages a little bit cool. So of course I loaded that. Oh, and there was 4 bottles of water in there also. So tucked all that stuff into the refrigerator, and then we had cold sodas when we got back to our room at night. So that was wonderful. Then they also hung this adorable little sign on our door so everybody knew that we were with Stampin' Up! And there were lots of them around. Okay, with the basket of goodies, there was a little note saying, here's a fun little goodie. I'm looking on the back at all the different things. I guess it just had my name and all the treats that we had signed up for. So then there was this little tag and a fun little card from Sarah, the CEO of the company, signed. So isn't that pretty? And so there were 297 demonstrators on this trip, plus their families. So they made 297 of these. So you swap people out there who holler with 25 swap cards. think of 297. Okay, then, and I think the easiest way is to turn it down so I can lay things down flat and you can see them. But before I do that, I haven't pulled the little goodies yet, so it's mystery prizes tonight from all of the, that wasn't very nice, sorry about that. All of the comments and likes and shares and everything from from 2 weeks ago now. Okay, so the lucky winners this week with mystery prizes. The first one is Peg Franks. So Peg, I think I have your address from a while ago when you got a prize. So I will let you know for sure if I don't, but otherwise I will be popping a surprise package in the mail. And the second winner is Jeanne. So Jeanne, I'll be popping a fun little thing to you so that you have a fun little surprise. I don't think you would be able to handle that many. That many what, Teresa? Whoops, I guess I didn't get you guys up over here so I can see comments yet. And I forgot to change my glasses too. So, oh, we have lots of, hi, Ginny. Thanks for joining. We have lots of fun new people. I love it. I don't think I'd be able to handle that many what? You got to let me know what you can't handle that many of. All the fun treats and snacks, and we brought lots home. I had some on the airplane on the way home yesterday. I was starving on the way home from the airport, so I ate a bag of goodies then. So it was very yummy. Okay, I'm trying to make sure that you don't see anything else yet. So let me, oh, that many swap cards. Yeah. That would be a lot for anybody, right? I forgot that's what I was talking about. Okay, let's get this pulled forward, this back a little bit. Okay, here we come. Back up here. Chilly here in Iowa. It is here too. So we've been waking up to about 75 degrees while we were in Florida. And this morning here in Illinois, northern Illinois, it was 42 degrees, I think. And I think the warmest it got up to was about 55 degrees, according to my car. So it was definitely chilly, chilly, chilly. Okay. All right. Trying to make sure. Nope. I need to scoot this down so that you can see this space a little better. Okay. Oh, there you go. And that made 24 baptism cards in 24 hours. Woo! You go, girl. Okay. So every day we had a prize patrol. We got to go to the Stampin' Up! Hospitality Suite, and they had a prize patrol, a prize wheel, so you could spin and see what you got for a prize. Normally, there were 3 different things you got to choose from, depending what your prize said. Okay, so one day, and I think this might have been the second day. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. This is Autumn Trees. There's a die set that some people got, and there's coordinating designer paper that some people got. This is a new stamp set that is coming out in the, and I believe they said this one is in the, what I call holiday catalog. It will be coming out. Demonstrators get to pre-order in August, I think, and it goes live for everybody in September. Otherwise, it's July and August, but it's coming soon, okay? So that was one day's prize. And then another day, there were 3 different stamp sets. There was this one with the beautiful flowers. And I know, again, more flowers, but I absolutely love them. I think they're so pretty. I think this is just going to be a fun one. And I'm assuming there's a die set that will go with this. And then some people got a pear stamp set and some got Christmas words. So that's fun to play with. Then one day, I got these fun note cards, which I didn't even open because I didn't want to lose track of anything or damage it in my suitcase on the way home. So they're a little bit larger size cards, kind of like some of the other, but look at how cool. I just love, I'm thinking pretty designer paper, right? It's a little bit thin for a card base, but I think they're gorgeous for designer paper. So some of them are the garden green, and then some of them are like crumb cake and they both have gold in them. Isn't that pretty? And then there's also coordinating envelopes to go with it too. This is out of the Christmas catalog or holiday catalog. This one, there was designer paper and there was an ephemera pack that coordinated with. So it was so cool. Yep, Judith, you and me both. I absolutely love the plaids on it. And like I said, I think it's going to be really cool to cut them. I think the score line even hides, but cut it and use it as designer paper, even more so than a card base. Okay, then when we had general session on Wednesday, we got a surprise box. This is a new kit that is coming out in June for the scrapbook lovers out there. Oh, and I just love these little pizza box things too. Okay, trying to get it out. This is the Make a Memory scrapbooking kit, okay? But it is not a kit like the scrapbooking workshops. This is more, and again, I didn't even open it up. They kind of showed it to us a little bit. Okay, so look at this. We get some tear and tape in there. We get a package of the Memory and More cards, so we can use those. Peg Franks, if you just jumped on, I wanted to let you know that you will have a mystery package coming from me. Your name was drawn from last week's or 2 weeks ago's comments. Okay, so, and like I said, I didn't even open these. So, oh, they're single-sided. So it's just, oh, there's those lovely little dots, right? Okay, so look at how cool. Just a bunch of Memory and More card type or designer papers for card makers. Doesn't have to be scrapbookers, right? So look at, there's just lots of little different designs. And then this is a full package too, I'm telling you. Okay, look at this. You can cut these into strips for scrapbooking or card making. And that's a single side. That one's just different prints. Oh, look at how pretty. This one's kind of a heavier paper, like for scrapbooking, but again, great designer paper for cards. There's some little tags that punch out. And look at, I mean, look at all the different sheets. And there's really, oh, that might be different colors, might be the same. But look at how different. Oh, love the textures. Absolutely love them. So this is a kit that will be available for June. Oh, there's some more die cuts. Oh, look at this is so pretty. The bike for some fun summer. And then there's more pages. There's more words. Okay, so we have word stickers in English. And then for those of you who like to practice your language skills, there are some other languages. I won't even try to tell you what they are because I don't know. This one I think might be French. Oh, actually, I'll bet it's all different. Look, we have souvenirs. Fun, 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 fun. And then some fun leaf stickers. Oh, and there's some more other word stickers. Okay. So this is going to be a really fun kit to play with. Again, for cards and for scrapbooks. I'm thinking maybe a mini scrapbook class out of this. And then lots of extra fun things. You know, kind of a flip one or something. So that was one day's prize. Kind of like prize patrol. Everybody got one. And then, let's see. Stampin' Up! Gave us 2 tickets to parks. So Tony and I went to Animal Kingdom one day and had dinner at Tiffin's for those of you who are Disney fans. And then we went Friday to Magic Kingdom and we got warmed up. So we headed back to get cooled off a little bit. And then we went back later in the afternoon for an early evening dinner at Be Our Guest, which is the Beast's Castle from Beauty and the Beast. So that was fun. But then Saturday night, they took us, Animal Kingdom closed, and Stampin' Up! Had rented out Pandora, which for those of you who watch Avatar, that is the island that Avatar takes place in. So it was closed only to Stampin' Up!, which was wonderful. And then we we got to go on the 2 rides that Saturday morning, and I'm trying to think which one it's called. I don't know, you're riding on a banshee or a dragon or something. And it was over a 2-hour wait when the park opened Saturday morning. So that was really cool to have it, the whole place to ourselves. It was fabulous. But when we came back Saturday night, we had a surprise in our room of specialty designer paper that was only available to attendees. So look at how fun. And it was definitely Disney related. This was the theme through all of Hospitality Suite and everything. So cute for scrapbook pages. And I love the little hats. I don't know, kind of a Mary Poppins hat. The umbrellas and the shoes. So again, Tammy, just for you, there's the little Mary Poppins. The teacups. The carousel horses, and I just love the color combinations. Isn't that cute? This one is so much fun. You could cut it into pieces and get lots of fun different cards. They showed us cutting it in 4x4s, I think is what it is. And then you could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards, and the centerpiece was used for die cuts and things. So you could get different cards out of this piece. The back side is more of the little teacups. Then there are 2 sheets. Yeah, there's 2 sheets of everything. This one with all the fun little tags. So we've got Stampin' Up. We've got all the little logos. These were what were on the spinning wheel. So you got a penguin or you got a boot or a teacup. That determined what your prize was. And then some more. So isn't that... These little penguins are so cute. So this was really fun also. So all in all, it was a fabulous trip. I can't thank all of you enough for helping me to earn this trip. We are required to do the disclaimer that, and this is a direct sales disclaimer, that less than 1% of all demonstrators earn the trip. So it really is a very special, very spoiled trip. That I cannot do by myself. I need my team. I need my customers. I need all of my Facebook watchers. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart and from Tony's heart, because he had a fabulous time too. He did come home sick. So I'm hoping he keeps those little cooties to himself so that I don't get those. But it was very good, and it is wonderful to be back home again. Melinda Russell, you are very welcome for the gems. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, time for a card, right? I have not shown a lot of things yet from the annual catalog. And so there are some fabulous things in there. This stamp set, The Right Words, is amazing. I mean, look at, there are like front card words and inside card words. Let's see, thinking of you a lot. And that could go, of course, inside or outside. And they don't have some of these paired together very well. Forever loved, forever remembered. Hoping the loss you feel right now will be eased by wonderful memories. I just think that is very, very pretty. I really don't like that you're leaving, but I hope you love where you're going. And then, I miss you already. I know a good thing when I see it, and I see lots of good things in you, sending good vibes. And maybe that's on the outside and this is on the inside. I wish I had the right words for a time like this, but just know how much I love and care about you. To someone worth celebrating every single day, happy birthday. So it's just a really cool set that things coordinate again for the inside and the outside of the card. Okay, then, so we're going to use those words, but then I pulled the bundle or the suite for the Extraordinary Flora, okay? Really cool stamp set, and there's a die set that goes right with it. Now, this won't coordinate right now because, as someone pointed out one day, this isn't the same size as the stamp set. Okay, so here's the stamp. Let's see, we got to get it to go this way. And so you stamp it once and you can color and die cut all of them at one time. That's cool. We love that. I showed you a word set like that a couple weeks ago. Okay. So, but I'm not using the stamp set. I'm using the die. When I do a card that there is lots of coloring, some of you, just a few, holler a little bit, right? Okay, so I have a piece of 4 1/4 by 6 designer paper or basic white paper. What was the name of the big kit you got and possibly in the catalog? The big kit is not in the catalog, Annie. It will be coming as a kit the beginning of June. Okay, so it is not available at the moment. And the name of it is Make a Memory Scrapbooking Kit. Okay, and when it's available, I'll be posting more about it. I'll give you the item number and everything then, but it's not available for a couple weeks yet. Okay, so I took a piece of 4 1/4 by 6 inch basic white. We have this gorgeous washi tape. Okay, it's 3.5 inches wide. You just have to pull it gently. But look at this. It has pinks and it has purples. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick it down to the basic white. And like that. Okay. We're going to stick it down. Don't worry if it's not straight. You don't want to get it right on the end. And then, and I got a wrinkle. Okay. You want to carefully stick that down. And we're going to cut it right in between the two colors. So again, it changes from pink to purple to pink to purple all the way in this whole ginormous roll. Okay. So now we're just going to stick it down really, really well. Then check this out. This fits right onto it also. There's all your flowers and you don't have to color them. Okay, they're already colored for you. All right, so then we get our Big Shot or our stamp cut and emboss machine up here. Nope, not biting on this. Oh, you just wait. All right, then we have our platform and our cutting plates. Trying to find a cutting plate that's not quite so beat up. Okay, I'm going to scoot it. It's not going to go completely in here, but you saw this, okay? We're going to put it on the plate. We are going to cut it out. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to shake the camera a little bit. And, oops, let's set this down for a minute. We're going to bring it back up in a little bit. But in the meantime, see, and this is one of those things that hide in the catalog. You kind of go, washi tape, what do you do with it? Well, look at this. Okay, we're going to leave that on there. And voila, they are all cut out all at the same time. Yay! So we have lots and lots of pieces, okay? So for a minute or two, we're going to shove them all over here. Exactly. Beautiful card in no time. So I saw this layout earlier from some other completely different card, completely different company, and I'm like, this is just too cool. So I have thick basic white, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay. And you know what? We're going to go pull because I started to use the same color. I'm trying to decide. Nope, I'm going to go grab a couple of different greens to try with it instead. So, okay, we're going to grab one of these. Which is don't think I want that, and I don't think I want that. Possibly. That one's going to be too much. Okay, bear with me. I'll be right back. Because this is the first time I've worked with this product. And the first card, which I will show you with the purples, is a little bit different. Okay, and I'm thinking, nope, I don't want this one. So we're going to go with Summer Splash. A white card base with Summer Splash. Okay, that is 4 by 5 1/4. Then I have a piece of basic white that is 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, so it's going to go like this. Then I'm going to grab my words and I'm going to cheat a little bit here, and we're going to grab my circle from Stylish Shapes, and I got to make sure. Okay, we're going to use, I wish I had the right words for a time like this, and we're going to stamp it right in here. This is only for placement. Okay, so we're just going to kind of center it. I don't care if it's straight on this part. Okay, we're going to cover that up. We're going to scoot all of this. We're going to bring the Big Shot or Stamp Cut and Emboss machine back in. I'm afraid of losing pieces here. Okay. So then we're going to put this on. We're going to cut this out. I want this circle out of the center of this. Again, I don't care about the words. That's only to help me for placement. Oops, I got to scoot back a little bit. Okay. And I'm not going to get rid of my Stamp Cut and Emboss machine yet because, okay, I'm going to take this out and I'm going to just snip those so that I have a little opening there. Okay. And then I'm going to pull in the eyelet embossing folder and we're going to emboss this piece. Okay. So again, I'm putting it in the embossing machine or in the embossing folder, and I know you can't see it at the moment. Okay. It's a thick embossing folder. So it's just going flat with the gray lid. And I'm trying to make sure I don't bump the camera. Okay, let me get this on the floor along with all of the other pieces. Okay, all right, so now we have that. We're going to pull our base back in. And we're just going to stack. I'm not adhering anything yet. Okay. So it's going to go like that. Oh, that looks kind of weird, right? Okay. Got to make sure again that I get my right words in here. And I'm going to stamp to see how straight I am. Okay. If I do it by the block, okay, it's got to be turned down a little bit. Okay, we're going to try it again. We're going to go over on this side. Okay, I think we got it. All right, so again, make sure you don't have black on your fingers when you're touching the white. We're just going to line that up a little bit. We're going to stamp the words kind of in the center of this, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's see how straight I got it. What do you think? I don't think that's too bad. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and adhere these down. Okay, so we're going to adhere the white one to the Summer Splash. Hi, Robin. And of course, and I knew it, Okay, there's been a lot of conversation this last week on Stamp and Seal. Okay, when you change, look for the little, and I apologize, but the little glue boogers on your holder and pull those out. Okay, that's what can grab and make your refill kind of icky up and roll on itself. Okay, so then you're changing it. There we go. Now we're going to get this back. And of course I didn't bring over my stamp cut or my silicone sheet. Okay, make sure you get adhesive around the opening. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and adhere this onto the Summer Splash. This isn't Summer Splash, I keep saying that. This is Shamrock. Shamrock. Okay, and then we're going to put the Shamrock on the card base itself, the basic white base. I'm getting all kitty wampus, aren't I? Okay, so then we're going to center that on there. Okay, now we're going to use our dimensionals, and we're going to pull in all these flower pieces. Okay, and I'm going to start with this big one, and we're going to put it like this, but of course we're going to use dimensionals. So we're going to get a couple there, and then we're going to cut a couple. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and put this on. Oops, it stuck right to my finger. Okay, so then we're going to do that. Then we're going to take one like this. Actually, what I'm going to do first is, okay, we have two of these, kind of the same. I'm going to use this bigger one. Whoops, what? I think Summer Splash wasn't right, but then sometimes, yeah, I agree, Cheryl. It's like, nope, just always go, really? Summer Splash? Doesn't look like that. Okay, then we're going to come back in here, and we're going to grab dimensionals on the back of this one. Okay, so we're going to put one there, we're going to put one there, and then we're going to get another little piece down here. Okay, then we're going to put this one here. So see how we're covering up those cut edges, but we're just going to go around the circle here, and then we're going to put this one. I'm trying to decide which direction. I think we're going to go this way. Okay, so then we're going to pull some more. And then we're kind of just going to go like that. And then we're going to tuck this one. Yeah. Okay, I think we're kind of going to go like that. And so you're just playing with placement where you want them. Cut smaller pieces, use the mini dimensionals. Some of these you still have to cut even the mini ones. And then if you end up with any open spaces, you have some smaller flowers that you can tuck right in. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down in here. And then we've got this nice long one that now I've stuck down here, and yeah, we'll get it. There, I think we're going to do that one like that, and then we're going to add a little one down in there. Okay, so again, every time you do one of these, it will look different. Okay, it will never look the same because you're placing things in different places. So when you try to make your card exactly like mine, that won't happen. Okay, we're going to tuck this in. Uh-oh, Annie says I'm frozen. Okay, and then, you know what? We're going to pop a little one, and I think we're going to go right there with that one. So let's get a tiny piece of dimensional. Hi, Sherry. Thank you. Okay, so let's get this little bitty one on here. And then we're going to just tuck that down in there. And here, let's see if we want to fill this space with a leaf. If we can get that up under there. I don't think so. Not that one anyways. Okay, let's see. We need another leaf right in here. Actually, I think we'll go there. Oh, check this one out. Look at how pretty that is. Okay, yep. Now let's grab a couple more. See, you're really just playing with it. Aren't the colors just so pretty? I mean, I love, when I first saw this washi tape in the catalog, I was like, that is really cool. But what do you do with it? And then kind of saw a couple of little videos and went, all right, you know what? This is what we're going to play with tonight and see what we can do. So I got home from work, playing catch up at work. And then, yeah, Sherry, the trip was fabulous. We had a really good time. Okay, we're going to tuck that one in there. And then I have a couple more flowers. Yep. Okay, let's put a little itty bitty one on here. Because I'm going to tuck that under there, but I want it to stick on there. And then maybe one more under there. How's that? Let's get, actually, I think we can maybe do this. And then we're just gonna sneak that one there. And then I'm wondering, how about one more little green? And I still have a couple of little pieces. I had a few more left on my other card. So the pieces are not identical in both colors, but there you go. Look at that. Now, on the inside, let's stamp the other words. Okay, I wish I had the right words for a time like this. So again, it could be a sympathy. It could be someone that just found out an illness. Okay, there you go. Then there's the inside. Then if we wanted, we could glue a little flower down at the bottom. Okay, so let's add a little glue. And we're just going to add that right down inside. And then all I have left is one little leaf. So you think we should put that on someplace, right? How about if we do that one down flat where we can tuck it right underneath there? And then I have no pieces left from this one. Okay. All right, so let's tuck that under there a little bit. And then we've used all of the pieces. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay. And here's the purple one. It's like, oh my goodness. You go, which one do I like better? Just depends on placement. You pull in your different colors. We could pull pinks for this background and purples for this background. I could even pull a little bit of this Shamrock in there. But isn't that fun? Okay, so the die is the Extraordinary Flora die. Now let me find my catalog because I believe it's page 84. Yep, look at that, I was right. Okay, there's the stamp set and die. And then over here on the next page is the washi tape. So pages 84 and 85 are where you're going to find it. Then the washi tape is also, again, on the back in the embellishment stuff on page 185, right down here in the corner, okay? 84 and 85, Extraordinary Flora stamp set, die, which again, just the die itself is perfect. Oh, look, I found another one. And then the washi tape. So the die and the washi tape, and you are set to go. You can die cut your heart's content. You can change colors. Now again, it's every other. So my next one, I unroll it, cut it in between, and I get pinks, and then or purples. Then it goes back to the pinks and reds. Okay, so it is so cool. And that's what I said. It really hides, you know, part of it, you see the stamp set and you go, oh, another stamp set of flowers. I don't need any more flowers. Yep, Jackie, just for you, this is another one of those that, yep, you need this, right? Okay, so that is everything. A little long, a little talking tonight, but that is everything for this week. So make sure, if you have not yet, that you do your May card sketch challenge. I have not counted yet to see how many. I saw a few or approved a few coming in over the weekend or while I was gone. So that is awesome. You guys go ahead and get yours designed and ready. Looks like I have a blank screen. My screen is really weird looking. But okay, that's it for now. You guys have a fabulous week. And I will see you, and I don't know, next Monday is Memorial Day. We are camping for the weekend. So we may skip, or maybe I'll jump to Tuesday next week. I'm trying to see so we'll have to see for sure what's going on. I will let you know later in the week for Monday. Okay? You guys have a fabulous week, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.